Have you ever noticed how simply being with your pet can lift your mood, calm your heart, shift your entire day? What if I told you that there's a deeper reason for that? Animals transmit some of the highest healing frequencies on Earth, and thankfully, they generously share those frequencies with us. And don't we need it, especially now? They walk beside us in our physical healing, in our emotional healing. They show us what healing looks like. They do it really well. They show us where we're blocked or how we can access it ourselves. So today, I want to share 5 ways pets heal us by lifting our energy and frequency. And you might be a bit surprised by the different vibrations they transmit in the everyday fabric of our lives. So, did you know that your emotions are a form of energy? Each one carries its own unique vibrational signature. High frequency emotions, like the high value ones, like love and joy, and all those good feeling ones, they feel light, open, expansive, while the low frequency emotions, like fear and shame, and they feel heavy and draining and super closed. What's the highest frequency of all? Of course, unconditional love. And our animals are masters at sharing it. When our frequency rises, healing happens. When it falls, we feel depleted. So let's look at the 5 ways that our pets help lift us up. Number 1 is joy. Joy is a natural frequency lifter, opens the heart, floods the body with healing energy. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you the number of times my animals have lifted my mood and my spirit, like Poppy is doing right now. Even as a child, before I had words for it, I knew what they were doing. I could feel it. My little dogs, Twinkie, Sprout, Lexi, Trixie, Poppy, right here, and Paris, they're my personal joy guides. So don't let their sweet faces fool you. I shared a photo of them. They're like a little band of thieves, each with their own character. You have the lookout, the snitch, all the different ones. Trixie will actually leap onto the kitchen island any chance she gets. She snatches whatever she can find and smartly runs it back to the lair, which is their like little beds at the fireplace where the whole crew shares the loot. If you turn your back or answer the phone, you've already lost. She's that fast. They, m- they make me laugh every single day, and laughter in itself is such a high healing frequency. So one time, Twinkie grabbed a $20 bill. I chased her. She thought it was hilarious. And she's super small, so she darted underneath the sofa with just her tail sticking out. And when she finally emerged and poked her nose out, she had the bill hanging, and I grabbed it, and she pulled back, and it ripped right in half. She looked at me like, "Hey, wasn't that fun?" They are so ingenious and creative, and the joy, it's contagious. Have you ever experienced that with your pet? Question, how long did you hold on to it if you did? Did it stay with you, or did it slip away quickly? So later in this video, I'll show you a way to access pure joy in the moment anytime you want. The second way is presence. Speaking of moments, animals live in the moment. They remind us that peace exists in the here and now. And presence means you're not distracted by your thoughts. It's quiet awareness. It's available, though we rarely stop to notice. We're too busy. Animals embody presence so naturally that we receive it just by being near them. My psychologist friend has a golden retriever named Ruby. She has silky fur. She's so graceful, like a dancer. And Ruby goes to work with her every day. And when clients come in, Ruby makes a point to sit very close to them. She's calm. She's got a grounded presence about her. You know, it slows their breathing, and their shoulders begin to relax and your vibration shifts instantly. That's what presence does. That's why animals are such an important part of our lives. Try this every day. Just give yourself a few moments of absolute pure presence with your pet. No distractions, no agenda, nowhere to go, nothing to fix. Then you notice, do you feel calmer, more peaceful, more at home in your body? I'd love to hear in the comments how you practice presence with your pet, or flip side, how your pet teaches you presence. So number 3 is coherence, which is a natural result of presence. Heart coherence happens when your breath and your mind and your heart begin to sync together. And our animals help get us there. Their steady natural rhythms entrain us to their higher frequency. And I learned this with Murphy. He is so steady, gentle. He was so aware. His well-being was set at such a high level that nothing really perturbed Murph. One day, though, I was frazzled. The kids, work, animals needing things, responsibilities pulling me everywhere. I felt like a ping pong ball going in 100 directions. Well, I stepped outside for a minute just to get a breath, and I saw Murphy lying in the sun. He was peaceful, radiant, not a care in the world, just soaking up the beautiful sunshine. I sat down beside him and just sitting slowed me enough to see the world through his eyes. And I placed my hand on his body as he took slow, deep breaths. Inhale, exhale, steady and easy. And after a while, I realized that my own breath had matched his rhythm. My body softened, my heart relaxed and opened, and suddenly I felt alive again. Something shifted in me simply because Murphy let me share in his frequency. So animals invite us to stop doing and come home to being. Fourth way is memory. Memories aren't just mental pictures, they are living access, portals to spirit. A memory of your pet carries their energy signature. And whether they're here or in spirit, calling up a happy memory can lift your frequency even in grief. Memories open your inner world and show you what still exists, the love, the bond, the connection. It's all still there. Recently, I worked with a client who had lost her beloved dog, Rocky. She was devastated. She was in really bad shape, and her eyes were red from crying. And when she talked, her voice was just barely a whisper. And she said to me, "What's the point? What's the point of life if he's not here?" She said, "I feel numb, feel blank, don't care anymore." That is soul shock. I could see Rocky's spirit right beside her, licking her tears. But she was too deep in grief to notice. So I invited her to just close her eyes, breathe deeply, and drop into her heart. The minute she did that, sobs came from her immediately. She buried her face in her hands, and I said, "Let's just stay here a minute. Like, let whatever wants to rise, rise. Let it come up." After some time, her breathing slowed a little bit, and she got silent. And then I asked, "Invite your heart to show you a happy memory with Rocky. Don't force it. Let it come." Rocky guided her. I knew he would. I was watching her. A few minutes later, a faint smile spread across her lips, and her hand moved to her chest, and tears began flowing again. But these were tears of absolute gratitude and joy. And when she opened her eyes, they were smiling. Her eyes were shining and smiling. She told me that she had felt Rocky's paw on her hand, a soft pressure, then a brush against her knee. She said, "It's exactly as he used to do when he was alive." And she told me, "You know, I guess he's doing the same thing now." I'm telling you, her energy completely shifted. That's the power of memory. Our pets guide us back to joy, even when we think it's gone. I'd love to know what your happiest memory with your pet is. Maybe you even have a collection of memories. I'd love for you to share it in the comments. Those memories are alive, and we benefit from that. So the fifth one is soul connection. So how many of you feel you have a soul connection with your pet? How would you describe it? Did you just know the first time you saw them? Did you feel it in your body? What told you? Did your eyes unlock, or did their eyes unlock something in you? For many people, their deepest bond is with their animal, and even more than with people or other family members. Do you feel that too? Easier with animals than people? Our animals help keep us aligned and on our soul path. They mirror us, they reflect our emotions and behaviors, they show us where we need to grow. And animals come into our lives at transition points. I call them like soul gateways. When a new cycle of growth is about to begin, we may not even know it. They arrive. And when their time is complete, they leave us at another gateway, taking us right up to the next threshold of our soul's journey. It may feel random and sudden, but I promise you it's part of the choreography of our lives with them, like the spirit choreography. That soul connection never ends. It continues across time and space. It lifts us into unity, unconditional love, the highest frequency of all. So before we close, I want to keep my promise and give you a way to access joy in the moment. So let's do this together. Just go ahead and close your eyes and take a gentle breath in and let it out. And do that again. Gentle breath in, let it out. And feel your whole body just relax with that. Now think of a moment with your pet that makes you smile. Maybe it was the way they greeted you at the door, or a silly look they gave you, or the way they curled up beside you when you needed comfort, or the way they paw like little puppy. Now, focus on the detail. The pawing, the sound of their paws, the softness of their fur, sparkle in their eyes. Hold that image. And now, let yourself actually smile. Feel the corners of your mouth lift into a smile. And notice how you feel and how that simple smile changes your energy. As you smile, feel your heart rising. And rest in that for just a minute. Let's anchor it in. That's joy. And that's your pet lifting your frequency even now. And here's where it shifts. This is what I call the joy jump. That moment when your snapshot memory becomes an instant lift of your vibration in the present moment. First you remember, then you smile, and then you rise. And here's a secret. You can return to this snapshot or any number of snapshots and create a joy jump anytime you want. That joyful moment lives inside your heart forever. So let's recap the 5 ways the pets heal us by lifting our frequency. We've got the joy, presence, coherence, memory, and soul connection. And now you have a tool, the joy snapshot and the joy jump, to help call forward that frequency whenever you need it. Now I want you to notice today how your pet lifts you. Pay attention. Start noticing. These are healing frequencies, gifts from your beloved companion. Tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear which of these five do you feel most strongly with your pet? And if you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe. And most importantly, share it with someone who might need their frequency lifted today. Until then, may you feel your pet lifting your heart and energy in every moment you share together.